What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Duel back here with another Diablo 4 video, and yeah, this season's been hard to make content for me personally, just because well, the season just hasn't been that fun. So let's dive into the why here. So the biggest thing that I have to talk about with this season, and I'm sure everybody has already mentioned it, any major content creators talked about this. The issue with the new mythic system. It's just not fun. There's no, and the reason I can say that is because I can't even engage with it. I can't really engage with it. And the biggest point of contention that I have with it really is the upgrading system. Well, there's several issues. We're gonna get into all of it here. I don't really have a script. I'm just gonna go off rip here, so bear with me or don't. Up to you. Either way, we're just gonna dive right in. So we're here at the cube, as you can see. So there's upgrade to unique. What does this do? Well, it takes a white and it turns it into a random unique. Makes sense to me. Of that item type, right? Of that item type. That makes sense to me. You take a piece of gear that is yellow and you can upgrade that to a legendary. Doesn't change it to a random legendary. I mean, the aspect is random, but the actual legendary stays, your stats stay the same, and your gear essentially stays the same pretty much with the aspect and it becoming legendary. Upgrade to a mythic. See, this is where the problems start. So this one says the transmutes a unique equipment item with at least 850 item power into a random mythic of the same item slot. So this kind of works when you're doing the upgrade to unique, where you're taking a random white and you're trying to gamble for, like, say, I don't know, these pants that I've been looking for, Ariet's Blessing. There's a chance you're going to get it, or there's a chance you're not. But the reason why people are mostly okay with this upgrade is because you don't know which pair of pants you're going to get. You don't know what the stats are going to be. And no matter what, though, you can still use it for your build. I'm still able to use this power as part of my build. So, like in my case, I'm trying to get the minion barb set up. So you can see here, I can use this piece until I can get by with this until I get a better unique that has the stats that I need. Or if I just keep rolling whites. And also, whites are very common. And when you're in like T10 to T12, you can get the materials you need to commonly just upgrade whites to uniques pretty much as often as you want, depending on how long you're able to play. So this works. This is fun. It's something to work towards to get you a unique that you want. You can still use a crappy unique. This here takes an already piece of gear that let's say you've got, just my pants that I have here. Let's say this is a 3GA, and I've tempered it, masterworked it, and I've sanctified it. And now I want to, or let's say I guess I can't sanctify it, but let's say I did everything before sanctification. And I come over here and I upgrade to a mythic. It's going to take my 3GA, okay? Are you with me? It's going to take my 3GA with all the stats that I want on it, assuming it's the stats that I want, and it's going to turn this into a random piece of gear. That's a mythic. Randomizing my stats. What was the point of this? What is this? And on top of this, you can only wear one of these. The rest you have to go find out in the world. Now I will say, I've only found one mythic this season, and it's been complete dog shit. I can't do anything with it. The power I need for it, I can't do anything with. You can't really, I mean, I guess you can enchant on it, but so there's two things. One, you need to hope to God you get a mythic drop. So that's RNG on that aspect. And then the second aspect is you need it to be the stats that are good for your build. And then it needs to be a unique that's good for your build. And then lastly, it has to either be, assuming it has to be an ancestral, right? But you're looking for a GA at this point, a greater affix. I really don't, I really don't understand what they were thinking with this change. And to top it all off, they released a patch today. Well, I guess it was a small hotfix, but there's a patch that's coming out, next Tuesday. Sorry, I'm about to pull it up here so you can see it here for yourselves. Diablo 4 patch notes. Coming down here, July 14th. That's next Tuesday, I think. Is that next Tuesday? I'm pretty sure that it is. Yeah, next Tuesday. Let's see here. Control F, just so I'm not lying to anybody. This is the only mention of mythic changes to this patch. Reduce the cost of upgrade to mythic recipe on the Roger Cube from 5 to 4. Great, Blizzard, we're saved. The season is saved. Everything is done. We are good. Season 14, W. We're cooking, boys. Now, it's easy for me to sit here and go, D4 bad, right? Look what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a D4 hat, D4 hoodie. I have a D4 beanie that is literally on my channel. I could not be more of a shill for Blizzard at this point. This is this season is just I don't have any words. I don't know. It's like literally, and I'm not trying to be hyperbolic. I'm really not. You try to give, okay, I'm thinking like a developer. Let's see, what did the players like? Oh, last season, everybody was getting mythics. Everybody was having a lot of fun with the new season. The unique changes kind of sucked. Like, you couldn't change any stats on any of uniques. They kind of fixed that this season. Great for season 14. But overall, I was having fun. I was able to get mythics. I was able to craft on them, make them better. And if I didn't get the mythic I wanted, I went back in, I played more, and got the mythic I wanted. So the response to that was, hey, we're going to make mythics really hard for you to get. You can only craft one that you want. And we're going to make it so that the stats are mostly completely random. And they're not nearly as powerful as the other uniques from Season 13. Like, trying to get into the mindset of a developer. Like, what were you thinking? Like, what? Who is this for? Is this like, there's, tinfoil hat theory. There's like this big myth that people, they're trying to get, we're trying to up the playtime of Diablo 4. So this is what we got to do. We just got to add manufactured RNG. Here's the thing. I understand having components of RNG in your ARPG. I totally understand that. But if the RNG is just not fun and mostly unattainable, then, what is the point of it? You're not going to get people to play longer. They're not going to... This is literally when Diablo 4 launched, and they said all these they were mythics at the time. They didn't have a label, but they were mythics. At the launch of Diablo 4, basically, like, only the top 2% were able to get a mythic. Nobody else that plays this game could get a mythic. That if you're like have a full-time job or you have kids or whatever, you can't get a mythic. And now we are back to that. And on top of that, back then the mythics were actually pretty good. Now they're not good at all. So they're significantly not as powerful. They're not even that strong. They're much rarer to get. They're not fun to get. And they're not fun to craft. And they're basically impossible to craft. And basically for you to craft a regular mythic unique, I would have to come in here and I would have to, sorry, I'm trying to close my window out here. I would have to basically throw a random unique that I don't really care about and hope to God that it randomly rolls into a mythic that I can use. And then on top of that, have stats that I want, have GA that I want. It's just RNG on top of RNG on top of RNG. And it's just not fun. It's manufactured playtime. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know who this change was for, but it's not for me. And I guarantee you, it's the vocal majority of the community agrees with the sentiment. This change makes no sense. I'm so, like, there's a leaf here implying that this is seasonal only. So hope to God, they take this shit back to the kitchen and they take all this stuff. Either they take it out or rework it to where maybe don't call them mythics. Take the old mythics that they called iconic mythics and put them back to what they were before. Or put their drop rate back to what they were before, and then rename these to something like primals or something, because this is just not fun. And then change this upgrade mechanic to upgrade your current piece of gear, not randomize it to some item that you can't even use, and also randomizing your stats. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I just don't understand who this change was for, who thought this would be fun, and who, like, if there was supposed to be like a way for people to have chase items in the game, I understand that to a certain extent, but in this case, there's just no point. You're better off just not looking for mythics. You're better off not engaging with this content at all, which they decided, hey, let's call this a season. So, like I said, usually I'm a big advocate for Diablo 4, but this is definitely one of the weakest seasons they've ever done. They definitely need to, and on top of that, it's another 2-month season, so I guess you can call that a good thing. But also, we need to get back to 3-month seasons. What happened to that? Why are we only taking 2 months to make a season now? Go back to 3 and cook and give us something fun. Give us powers back at this point. Like, holy fuck! Like, what is this? This is not a this plus like orange circles you stand in. It's not a season. This is literally, you could have just given me more of season 13 and I would have had a better time than whatever the hell this season is. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I just had to rant. I had to talk about this. Yeah, I mean, I'm still having fun playing Diablo 4, but as far as like engaging with this season, it's just terrible. It's just terrible. Go back to the kitchen and cook, Blizzard, please, and please read your feedback for your PTR, because I think people said this from the start that they did not like this new system, and it's bad. So I think that's going to do it for me. If you made it this far in the video, thanks so much for watching. What are your thoughts? If you've made it this far, please leave a comment. I'm really curious. Let me know. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.